Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how you can make a doctor's appointment booking website, and all of this for free. So this appointment booking system will work for one doctor or multiple doctors. So this is suitable, for instance, for medical centers, doctors' practices, or also a clinic, for instance. We will also create an About Us page and also a Contact Us page, and finally our appointment booking system. So right here you can select the type of service you want to book, doctor's appointment, checkup for instance. You can select which doctor you want to see, so for instance Dr. Livingston. You can select the date you want to come in, so perhaps Friday the 24th, and then select your time slot. So let's say perhaps at 10 in the morning, and then you enter your details and then click continue, and there you go, your appointment has been received. And if your patient uses a Gmail, he will also receive a confirmation that he can link directly to his Google Calendar. Okay guys, so the very first step is to set up our hosting and register our domain name, and for this we're going to use Hostinger. So we have negotiated special terms with them. You can save up to 91% discount if you use the link in the description below. So click on the very first link in the description below where it says mrweb.tv/hosting, and this is going to bring you to this page. Again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger that gives you access to up to 91% discount. Okay, so it's very important that you use that link. So once you're here, basically all you have to do is click Start Now. And as you can see, it's only $2.99 per month instead of $6.99 already. Okay, now if you click on this, you can select your billing cycle and save even more money. So clearly, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. So if you were to select 1 year, you will pay $2.99 a month, okay, for the 1 year. But after that, the plan will renew at $8.99. So this is the normal cost basically, okay? So you're saving here $108 over the 1 year period. Now, if you were to select 24 months, basically you still paid $2.99, but in 2 years' time, you will renew at only $7.99. Okay, so you're saving here $216. Now, if you select 48 months, so 4 years in total, you still pay $2.99 for the full year, okay, for every month. But when you renew, you will renew at only $6.99. So in total, you will save $432 US. And all these 3 billing cycles here include a free domain for the first year, which is a nice gesture as well. Now, if you scroll down the page, you can enter your email address and log in using Facebook and Google, and then you select your payment method. So you have credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, Alipay, and CoinGate. So very convenient indeed. And now I'm going to give you an additional coupon code, okay? So as you can see, if you select for 48 months, it would cost you $143.52. They will apply taxes on top depending where you're based in the world, okay? So based in Ireland, myself, I would pay $176.53, okay? So this is my total cost for 4 years, okay? Now I have a coupon code. So here you click on this, and now you're going to type all in capital letters, Mr. Web Reviews, okay, and then click apply, and look what's going to happen. So 176.53, and now we're down to 158.88. So you saved an additional 10% on top. So this is the bargain of the century. You know, when you see the quality of the service provided by Hosting, I have all my website hosted with them, you know, and that's basically it. Now all you have to do is proceed to checkout, and then I'll meet you guys in the next step. And now that you are registered with them, you can log in into your account. Okay, so let's just click login. Use your email address and password. Very good. And as you can see, we are now logged in into our hosting account. So the very first step is to register our free domain. So for this, we click on claim domain. And right here, you're going to type in the domain name that you're looking to register. Okay, so let's say, for instance, your website name. Okay, and then you're going to select the extension. So you have .in for India, .me for personal website, .com for commercial website, you have .net, .xyz. And as you can see, quite a comprehensive selection here. So select the one that you think is suitable for your type of business. Now, the most common one is .com, obviously, you know. And then after this, you have to check the availability. Now, .com being the most popular one, you might face this error message here. So this domain is already taken, which is very likely to happen, you know, because .com are very popular, obviously. So right here, you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So for instance, your unique website name, okay? And let's look for this one instead, okay? So check availability. And as you can see, this one is available. So once you're happy enough with your choice, you can then claim the domain. So all we have to do again is click on this button here. And then we have to enter our details. So if you're running a business, you might put your business details here and then click finish registration. There you go. So that's done now. And let's click continue. And this is going to bring us back to this screen here. And as you can see, the domain name is now active. So now we are ready to set up our server. So we will go back to home. And as you can see here, we have the setup section. So I have a few different plans here, obviously, because I use them for my different tutorials. But the one you have will most likely look like this, or premium shared hosting, okay? So you locate this one and you click setup here next to it, okay? So click setup. And now we can get started. So click start now. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to create a new website, obviously, okay? We are going to use WordPress. So this is basically your email address and your password. Now, bear in mind, this will be used for you to access the backend of your WordPress dashboard. So make sure you keep this somewhere safe, okay? So let's click continue. So right here, do you want to install WooCommerce? So WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. So if you click this, it will install WooCommerce automatically. If you don't tick it, well, basically it's just WordPress on its own. We don't need WordPress for this project, so we're just going to carry on the way it is. And feel free to install any of those additional plugins. Now, personally, I wouldn't use any of them. They're going to bloat your website quite heavily. So for me, I would just leave it as is and click continue. But again, that's really up to you, you know. So let's click continue. Now, as part of the setup process, you can select a theme here and you can click show more as well to find something that's maybe more suitable to you. But don't worry, I have a very nice theme for you. So we're just going to skip this step altogether. So skip, I don't need a template. So basically here, as you can see, you're going to choose our domain. So your unique website name, it's already normally pre-filled here. If it's not, click the drop-down menu and select it manually and click select. And now you need to select the nearest data center to you or your target audience. So if you click on this, you have the map here. So you have West Coast, East Coast, Europe, Asia, and South America. So being based in Ireland myself, I'm going to select Europe here, United Kingdom. There you go. Click change. And that's basically it. Now we can finish the setup. So nearly there, as you can see, 99%. And that's it. As you can see, well done. You are ready. And from here, you can go directly to your WordPress dashboard or your control panel. So we're going to click on control panel because I'd like to show you how to set up your different email addresses for the different doctors, obviously, okay? And this is basically the dashboard of your domain name that we just installed. And as you can see, your website is running smoothly. So no issues found, which is absolutely perfect. Now, let me show you how you can create different email addresses for your different doctors in your doctor's practice or clinic or maybe hospital, whatever it is you want to use this for, okay? So we go to emails here, email accounts. So as you can see, we have your unique website name.com. So select the domain name you just created. So click manage. And now we can create the different email addresses, okay? So let's create an email account together. Okay, so let's just pretend we have 3 different doctors working at our clinic. We could have Dr. Livingston, Dr. Murphy, and let's say Dr. Campbell, okay? So let's start here. So Dr. Livingston, okay? We're going to put a password here and then create. There you go. So as you can see, this is created. Now we can create another account immediately. So we said Dr. Murphy. Yes, password, create. And then let's say Dr. Campbell, okay? So Dr. Campbell, and you can put password as well and then create. Very good. So as you can see, we have a few details here. So this is going to help you to actually read your emails through Apple Mail, Outlook, Thunderbird, or Gmail. You will need the SMTP and POP details as well, and the values here as well, you know. And then once you're done, click complete. And that's basically it, okay? And now we are ready to go to our WordPress dashboard. That's all done with the setup. Our server is done. Domain name is registered. So we're ready to go now, okay? So we go to websites. So locate your website. As you can see, you have your unique website name.com. And now we click edit website. So this is the first screen you're going to see. So just close this pop-up window, click on the WordPress logo here, and that's it. We're back to the WordPress dashboard. So if you click on dashboard here, this is basically what it looks like. As you can see, welcome to WordPress, and we know immediately which version is installed, 6.1.1 at the time of recording this video. You can dismiss this message now, we don't need it really, and that's basically it for now. So as you can see, you have a few plugins that were installed, Lightspeed Cache and all-in-one WP migration. So we go back to plugins now, we do a bit of cleanup, okay? So basically what we're going to do is to bulk select them all and then deactivate, click apply. And all we're going to keep now is just the Lightspeed Cache. That's all we need. Everything else you can delete. So you can untick this, okay? And everything else you can delete. So delete, apply, okay? Because we're going to start everything from scratch anyways. I'm going to show you which plugins we need for this type of project, okay? But first, let's have a look at our website. If you go on top, you have your domain name here. So if you right click on visit site, it will show you what it looks like in the front end. And as you can see, it's very basic indeed. So this is the 2023 theme that comes by default with WordPress. So if you go to appearance, this is where your themes are, and this is the one that's activated at the moment. Don't worry, we're going to install our own theme. So for now, all we're going to do is basically click add new, and right here in the search box, look for responsive. So that's the very first one. As you can see, if you hover on top, you can install it. So let's click install. Very good. And then activate. So that's done already. And now as you can see on top, we have a message here. Thank you for installing responsive. Browse 100 plus ready site templates. So that's what we're going to do basically. We're going to install all the different templates here and use one of them. And again, this is completely free, okay? So install and activate. And there you go. Now it is installed and activated. And now we have access to 100 plus starter templates. So let's look for a doctor's template. Okay, so let's have a look. So as you can see, you have two different ones. So this one is for dental clinic. So not really what we're looking for. And this one is for doctor. And again, this one is free as well. This one is pro version, so even better. So what we can do now is basically either preview or install it directly. All you have to do is click on it. And this is what it looks like. So this is absolutely fine for us, And right on top here, as you can see, we have a book an appointment section immediately there, which is going to make our life even easier. So what we need to do now is basically import the site. So if you import the site, that's the whole site, all the pages, okay? And if you import the template, you can import just one single page at a time. So if you only need the home page, use import template. If you want the whole site, click import site, which is most likely what you'll need. Okay, so let's click on this together. So as you can see, if you try to install that several times, you might want to tick this box here, delete previous import, and then click import site. And there you go, that's done already. And now we can close this and go back to our WordPress dashboard. So that's basically it. So let's have a quick look at our website. So this is what it used to look like. Okay, so let's refresh now. Let's have a quick look, and there you go. As you can see, the website has been imported and recreated for us, and all we have to do basically now is to customize this to fit our own personal information and the branding of your website, obviously, and with our own details. Apart from that, it's very handy, isn't it? Now let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and we're going to install a plugin now. So we go to plugins. And this is the plugin for our booking system, okay? So it is a free resource, again, completely free. And this is the one here. It's called WordPress Booking Plugin Time Slot. So all you have to do basically is to download it. I'll leave the link in the description below anyways. You download this very simply now. And then we go back here and then add new. And then upload plugin, choose file, and then select the plugin you just downloaded, okay? So let's click open, install now. Activate plugin, and that's it. That's just done already. So the initial setup all is taken care of, and now we can configure our booking system, set everything up with our 3 different doctors, and then we'll take care of our front end and insert the booking form as well on our website. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. Very good. So now we are ready to set up our booking system. As you can see, with an additional tab here by the side called time slot. Click on this. And this is the quick overview of everything we need to set this up. So we have the appointments here, we have the general settings, and also the business settings. So this is the first step here, is the business settings. So we're going to set up our services, add our staff. So in our case, it's our doctors. Create the email addresses, set our company details, and set up our business hours. So let's get started. So this is basically step by step what we need to take care of initially, okay? So let's add our services first. So here we can add our different services, and also first we need to create categories. So let's add the categories first, okay? So what are categories? Well, basically the different type of service areas of specializations, perhaps, you know. So let's say maybe you have family physicians, let's say maybe blood tests, okay? And perhaps OBGYN, okay? So let's go and save those. Let's say, but you can add more, obviously, okay? So save categories. Okay, we can close this, and now we can add our different services, okay? So in this case, a service could be doctor's appointment, I say, you know. So doctor's appointment, okay? So let's put the cost here, maybe $60. And right there you have the duration and the before service. So before service, maybe between the patients, you might have to clean the room or something like this, in which case you can factor in a few minutes here. So we're just going to set this to 0 minutes for now, okay? And then here the duration, so this goes by increment of 15 minutes, so you can select 15, 30 or 45. I suppose for doctor's visit 15 minutes is plenty, you know. So you can select your category here, so family physician. And then we have visibility. It is visible, of course, you know, so save changes. There you go. So this is for a doctor's appointment as a family physician. And then you can add another one. So let's say checkup perhaps, and this is only maybe $40. Again, 0 minutes here. We're going to say 15 minutes. And this would be for blood test, okay? So visible, okay, save changes. And then we can do the same with all the others. But you understand the principle here. So we're just going to create those two for now. And that's basically it for our services. So that's done already. So next we go to staff. So basically here it's not really staff, it's the doctors basically, okay? So let's add our doctors. So let's add the first one. So the first one we said it was Dr. Livingston. Okay, so we have the phone number. So let's say 555-123 and then 456. We have the email address. So we created dr.livingston, and then it was yourdomain.com, okay? Services, so he will be available for doctor's appointment and perhaps as well checkup, okay? So does Dr. Livingston have days off? Probably, yeah. Let's say he doesn't work on Saturdays and Sundays. And now we make him visible as well. So save changes. And then we can do the same with the other two, okay? So all you have to do is basically do the same thing again. So there you go. I've added Dr. Livingston, Murphy, and Campbell, and they all have their area of expertise. So doctor's appointment and checkup. For Dr. Murphy, it's only checkup, and for Dr. Campbell, it's only doctor's appointment, okay? So I've noticed something as well. It wouldn't save anything for me. You cannot use apostrophe in the service name. So I had to change the service name here and remove the apostrophe and leave everything all in one word. But that's basically just one thing I'd like to mention. So now we have the staff and the services created. So let's go to the emails. So right here, you're going to put the name of your medical center, okay? Or perhaps a clinic, or maybe your doctor's practice. And then you're going to put the email address here. So it might be like info@ and then yourdomainname.com, or maybe appointments@, or something like that, okay? So right here we have customer emails and staff's emails. So do you want to send an email once the appointment is approved? I suppose you want to send a confirmation email, is probably better. And right here you can expand this, and this is basically the content. So you can leave it as is, you know, that's basically thank you for booking with us. You might want to change this perhaps to your appointment is confirmed. And then everything else here, you can leave exactly the way it is. That's basically, it's going to fetch all the information of all the different fields used in the form. Right here, you can do the same for the canceled appointment. Same principle, you can change the content of your email. And then the same for the staff's email, okay? So let's say the staff, you want also approved email and perhaps canceled email, so you can change that in your calendar. So save changes. Very good. So next, we have the company here. So this is basically where you're going to enter all your company details. So first you can upload a logo. So I found one online here. So I'm just going to upload this. As you can see, healthcare. And then you can put your slogan. So this is just a sample logo basically, okay? And then you're going to enter all your details. So company name, phone number, email, website, and your address. So perhaps something like this, you know, and then click Save Changes. And then now we have the business hours. So this is basically when you are in operation. So let's say Monday to Friday. Let's go with 8:30 in the morning until 5:30 in the evening, okay? As you can see, you have to enter this 9 and then semicolon and then 00. So let's say 08 semicolon 30 and then AM, okay, up until 5:30 p.m. So 5 semicolon and then 30 and then PM, okay. There you go. And we're going to copy this and paste them in all the other fields. So this one, and this one. And let's say you're not open on Saturdays and Sundays. So Control C, Control V. And perhaps, or maybe you are open on Saturdays and Sundays, but different hours, maybe from 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. until, let's say, 2 p.m. only, or 4 p.m. on Saturdays, okay? Let's say 4 p.m. and Sunday, very short time, perhaps from 12, so 12:00, a.m. up until, let's say, 3 p.m., okay? 3:00 p.m. There you go. So that's basically your working hours, and then you can add your holidays as well. So I suppose you don't want bookings during your holidays, you can simply select the dates and add them basically, okay? So let's save our changes, and that's basically it. Now we're all done already with our initial settings. Very good. So now we go back to the overview, and we have a few additional settings, the general settings this time. So if you click on general here, as you can see, you have the appointment settings. So minimum time before booking, I would highly advise you set this to 0. So as you can see, it's 5 by default, but you don't need that actually, you know. Here we need the message, the summary message. So we could have appointment summary. And let me copy and paste this one. Success message could be your appointment has been received and is confirmed. Okay. So there you go. Save changes. Payment method, so pay locally. This is a doctor's office. Obviously, they're going to get there and then pay on site, which is absolutely fine. And then for the appearance, or your currency, obviously, you know, you can select US dollars, euros, or Great British pounds, or whichever currency you're dealing with. Save changes. And then we go to appearance. So basically here you're going to change the colors. So by default it will come in black and the same blue as this. But as you can see, our website here looks more like in the greenish colors. So we might have to come back to this and tweak this around later on. Okay, so that's basically it for now. So let's go back to the overview now and let's create our booking page. So as you can see, we have a short code here, time slot -form. So copy this, Control C, okay, or you can just click on it, we'll copy it as well. And then we can go to pages, and now we're going to create a new page. As you can see, we have a home page, contact me, blog, and about us, which are used on your website at the moment. So we're just going to create a new one altogether. So add new. So this one will be called booking form, okay. And then we can insert a short code right here. So click on the plus sign, look for the short code block. There it is. And then simply insert it there, okay? Now publish. That's basically it. And now we can view the page. So view. And there it is. As you can see, this is our booking form. So this is how it works. And as you can see, we have that blue color, like we said, you know, ideally we want the same green as we have on our website. So let's go and change this first, perhaps, okay? So let's go back to our dashboard. We go to time slot, overview, and then general, appearance. And now we can change our highlight color. So where is this one here? The accent color, I think this is the one. So we can add hashtag and then the code. There it is, that's the green. So save, and then let's go back to our page and let's refresh. And there you go, as you can see, now we have the same color. Our button here, the continue button to submit our form, is still in blue. You might want to use a different color, maybe the other green we have here, okay? So let's go back here, right on top, we have our button here, we have the background color, okay? So let's add our hashtag and then the code. This is the other blue, okay? And then let's save changes. So let's put this to the test, let's refresh. There you go. So that looks absolutely fine. Now, as you can see, when you hover, we have a dark blue, which is not too bad. We can just leave it as is, okay? Now, before we can run a test, we need to change one thing again. As you can see here, WordPress general setting page. So click on this, and now you need to select your time zone. So for us, it would be Dublin. And then the time format, you need to select this one here. Be careful to select this one. And make sure you select the PM in capital letters, this one here, okay? That's very important, otherwise this plugin is not going to work. So save changes. Now if you go back to time slot, as you can see, that message is gone. And now we can go to the front end and test it out, okay? So let's refresh our page. There you go. And let's book our service. So let's put this to the test, you know? So we're going to book a doctor's appointment. So let's say with Dr. Livingston. If you click on this, you can select when. So let's say Friday, and then you can select your time slot, you see. So let's say I would like to be there at 10:30 in the morning. And then you can put your name, okay, your email address, and then your phone number. There you go. And now all you have to do is click continue. And there you go. As you can see, this is the booking form appointment summary. And now you can submit this if you're happy enough and you know the cost will be $60. So let's click submit. And there you go. Now this is done. So we have received our first appointment, okay? So let's go to our backend here. We go to appointments. And there it is. So this is the one we just placed. February 24, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. David Garrett has been approved with Dr. Livingston. So how amazing is that? Now, if you go back to the front end, as you can see, we have a sidebar here. So that doesn't look really professional. We don't really need that, you know, so we can get rid of it all together. So if you go back to our pages here and let's open the booking form again. And as you can see by the side, let me just remove myself for a sec. So as you can see here in the background, you have the responsive page options and you have the page layout. So click on this and you say no sidebar at all. And the default layout would be boxed. Okay. And then click update. That's basically it. Now, if we go back to the front end and refresh, as you can see, the sidebar is gone and this is centered right in the middle of our page. Now, right on top in our web address here, you can see yourdomainname.com / and then question mark page ID 2149. So that's not very nice from a SEO point of view and for your user either, you know. So what we're going to do, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, we go to settings and we go to permalinks. And right here, make sure you select post name, okay? Now, if you click save, and now we go back to our front end, and let's refresh. And there you go. As you can see now, our web address is yourdomainname.com / booking-form, which is much easier to read and more pleasing on the eye and also better for SEO purposes. So we can use this URL now to link this to our homepage as well. So as you can see here in the homepage of the book and appointment. So while we are on the subject, let's go and change our homepage. Okay, so let's go to our backend. So again, you go to your dashboard. So pages, all pages, they're all here. Okay. And then you hover on the one that says home front page. And as you can see, you have edit with Elementor. So you might want to right click on it, open in a new tab. Okay. So let's have a quick look. And you might receive the same error message as I have on the screen here. So this site doesn't have a default kit. So how can we fix this? Well, very easily. Don't worry about it. We go back to our WordPress dashboard. And this time we go to Elementor and then Tools. And as you can see, you have Regenerate CSS Data, Sync Library, and Recreate Kit. So click on those 3 different buttons here. There you go. Don't forget to click Save Changes. Very important. And now we can go back here and then refresh our page. There you go. So as you can see, this is our home page and this is using Elementor, which is a very easy drag and drop page builder. So as you can see by the side here, we have all the different elements which are called widget, and you can drag and drop them on your page right here basically. So it's a very easy tool to use to design web pages basically. Okay, very good. So first, let's take care of our hero section here. So obviously this is the most important section on your website because this is the first thing that your visitors will see when they land on your website, obviously, you know. So as you can see, we need to select a nice image here in the background and make sure that we have the proper call to action, which in our case here will link to our appointment booking system. Okay, so let's take care of our image first. So as you can see at the moment, we have a brick background with a nice lady here, a doctor, you know. So we can replace this with an actual picture of your premises. So you could select something like this, for instance, you know. We have Banner Goldfield here, medical center. So this could be the entrance to your medical center or something similar. Or perhaps you can select a more targeted image with maybe member of your staffs like this. Okay, so you might have to ask a graphic designer to design this for you, you know, and add maybe 1 or 2, 3 faces here, maybe the main doctors in your practice or something similar. Okay, so what I've done basically, I've downloaded this one here. Like I said, I found this online and we're just gonna upload it here. Okay, so how can you change the background? Well, basically, if you hover on top of your section, it will reveal the plus and the X sign and 6 dots. So if you click on this, there you go. Now you can edit the content of this section. Okay, so the image is in the style tab. There it is. Now you can click on it and then upload your new file. Okay, so let's select a file. I'm just going to upload this one here, open, and then insert. So that looks fine already. Now the only issue is that it's not centered properly, as you can see. So if you go here to position, you can change this. As you can see, here we have center right at the moment. So let's try center left. No, that's too much. Maybe center. There you go. That's perfect now, okay? And then we also have the background overlay. So if I click on this, as you can see, there's a background overlay that's been added on top. So if I remove it, as you can see, this is the original picture. So basically you can add an overlay of any color you want and also of any opacity you want. As you can see, if you use the slider here, this is fully clear, so completely transparent to fully opaque, okay? And this is going to give more depth and provide more contrast between the text and the background, obviously, you know. In our case here, it's not really necessary, you know, we can do without, because the image itself is already very nice and it still brings focus to our call to action here. So that doesn't disturb at all. So we could actually leave it as is, but I just wanted to show you the option here so you can make use of it if you wanted to, okay? Now let's take care of our appointment booking call to action here. So first we're going to change the name. So let's click on this. So as you can see, this is Dr. Jane Doe. So we said we have 3 different doctors. So normally here, as you can see, this is Banner Goldfield. So this is most likely 2 owners. So here we said we had 3 different doctors. We said we had Livingston, Campbell, and also Murphy. Okay, so let's go ahead with the name, for instance, LCM Medical Center. Okay, so that looks fine. Now maybe you want to reduce the size of the font. Then you can go to Style, Typography, and here you can change the font itself. Okay, select any font you want, and you can select use the slider here to increase or decrease the size. So basically it would look absolutely fine this way. There you go. So LCM Medical Center, and underneath here you can have a tagline basically. Okay, so maybe you can put something like, so let's say your local doctor's practice in Knoxville, Tennessee. So this serves a main purpose. It's letting everyone know this is a local doctor's practice, and also your visitors will know immediately where this is based. This is Knoxville, Tennessee. So if I'm based, let's say, in New York or Los Angeles, and I land on your website, maybe you came up in the search result, I was looking for a doctor's medical center. Obviously this is not going to be of interest to me. I'll know immediately you're out of my reach and not in the same state altogether, like, okay? So this is very important to do something similar to this. Now let's have an appointment booking system here. So book an appointment, we have a button here. As you can see, it says book an appointment. You can change the text here if you wanted to something else. And right here, we're going to put the link. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. Now let's go back to our appointment booking form. There it is. Now we can select the URL. So Control C and finally Control V. Okay, now let's click update and let's put this to the test already. Okay, so we go back to our home page. And as you can see, that looks very professional, doesn't it? So LCM Medical Center, your local doctor's practice in Knoxville, Tennessee. And if I click on book an appointment, it's going to bring me straight to the booking form. Okay, so this is great progress already. Okay, so let's go to the next section here. So about me. So this would be an about us section, obviously about either yourself. And if it's run by multiple doctors, maybe about us then, okay? So let's click on this. In our case here, we said we have 3 different doctors, maybe about us. And right here, you can put a bit of an about us content, okay? So I created this myself here, okay? So welcome to our medical center, da-da-dee-da-da-da. And then instead of education, I'm gonna put here run by 3 doctors or something like this, okay? And then we can have a bit of an explanation underneath. So again, click on this, replace that with some text, and that's basically it, okay? So it's very important to give a bit of background and feedback about yourself, you know, so they know exactly what to expect, obviously, you know. And then we have the read more section here. As you can see, again, this is not linked to anything, but if you go to the home page here and click on about, we can reuse that page basically, okay? So what we do is basically Control C and paste it here, because this would be suitable. Obviously, read more, you go to the about us page and you can read more about your clinic or your medical center. Okay, so next we have how can I help you. So again, we're going to change this to how can we help you, okay, plural. So There you go. How can we help you? And right here, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different sections. So these are called image boxes. So you can insert an image, a little bit of text, and also a bit of description. Okay, so this is quite handy and convenient. So the image, basically, they are pre-filled. You have a few here, only 4 of them. So I'm going to show you where you can download a multitude of different images that will serve this purpose here. Okay, so let me show you this now. So if we go to Google, you type in flat icon in one word, and this is the very first one here. Okay, so click on that. And this is all they do, it's icons. That's all basically. They specialize in icons, which is very convenient, you know. So let's look for medical, for instance, okay, and then search. And here we'll return a few results. So as you can see, you have all of these here. So you want to use a similar layout, basically, you know. If you take those with colors, take them all with colors, download them with colors, you know. If it's only black and white, just use all them in black and white, you know. So they'll be matching and look better for the layout, obviously. So that's basically it. So what I'm going to do is download a few of them. So I'm going to download this one here. It's free to download again, okay. So just save this on your hard drive. So save, and I'll do the same with a few others, okay. So there you go, we have 8 of them in total. So we go back to our page here, and you can click on the image, and let's upload those 8 files, okay. So let's select them all. You can bulk select them all at once, okay. So upload, very good, and then insert media. There you go. So as you can see now, we have the image here, flu shot. Now this is way too big, obviously. You want this to be smaller, okay? So we go to full here, and we're gonna change the size to thumbnail. Okay, this is maybe still too big. So then you can select custom, and you can apply any size you want. So let's try maybe 50 by 50. Okay, let's click apply. Okay, that's slightly too small. So perhaps 100 by 100, and then apply. There you go, that's fine, okay? So let's go with that, and then we can do the same with the others, okay? So there you go, as you can see now we have 4 of them with our new images, and now you can add more if you wanted to. All you have to do is basically hover on top of your section here, right click, and then click duplicate. And there you go, now we have 2 rows, so 8 in total, and now we can do the same with the others, change the image, okay? So let's do that together again. Very good, so as you can see now this is done, and now we can click on any of them and start customizing this. So as you can see, you have 8 different sections, so we provide 8 different services. Now again, you can delete a section as well, you know, if you want to remove this one, delete. Now you have 3 across and 4 at the bottom, or you could delete another one, then you have 3 across and then basically 6 in total. Now, if you deleted one by mistake, you can always come back in time as well. You have this arrow here, history. And as you can see, I can go back to the previous step, and now it's back again, okay? But you know what? It looked actually very nice, even with 3 on top and 4 at the bottom. So again, it's up to you to design it the way you prefer. So let's go back here, and we have the title here. So this would be service 1 that you provide, okay, and then a bit of description. So I'm going to use lorem ipsum, which is some dummy content here. So Control C, I'm going to put this here at the bottom, okay, and then the same with this one. You can put some content here, again there, and the same with those ones, okay. So this. Very good. So this is a nice comprehensive list of the services that you provide, and this will help your visitors identify if you're the right choice for their ailment or whatever they're looking to achieve, okay? So here you will list basically all your different services one by one, and that's basically it, okay? So now underneath, I'm a big fan of repeating the call to action. So book an appointment. Once they've read this, they might want to book an appointment immediately, you know? So let's do this, okay? So we go back to the top here, book an appointment, right click on it and copy, okay? Now scroll down the page, and now we're going to add an additional section, okay? So as you can see here, we can put it anywhere we want. So basically, if you right click on this and then paste, there it is now here underneath, okay? So what we're going to do is to add an additional section now here just underneath that, okay? So click on those 9 squares here. We're going to add an inner section and put this right there underneath, okay? As you can see, I have 2 different columns. So right click on this one, duplicate. So I have 3 different columns. Now grab this one here and drop it in the middle. There you go. So now we have the appointment here. Now click on this one itself. We're going to center that. Very good. And we're going to add a little bit of spacing. So click on the section itself, advanced. and we're going to add a bit of padding on top, or perhaps a margin, sorry, on top. Okay, so let's try maybe with 50 and perhaps 50 at the bottom as well. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, we don't need 50 at the bottom. This is fine just like that. And let's click update. So don't forget to save from time to time, obviously, So this way, if someone scrolls down the page and they say, oh, yeah, I need blood test, let me book an appointment immediately. And this will bring them to the booking form immediately as well. Okay, now you might want to change the color of your button here for it to stand out a bit more, maybe green, and then maybe outlined when you hover on top, the other way around basically. Okay, it looks fine here on top because this is part of our call to action section, but right here it doesn't stand out enough, I think. So maybe if you click on this, now you go to style. As you can see, you have normal mode and hover mode, and you have the text color, the background color, and then the color of the button itself. Okay, so what we're going to do is basically invert that, have it the other way around. Okay, so the text color here, no, let me select the green. We need that color, so Control C. So we're going to paste it here, Control V. We're going to change the text color to white. Okay, and now if you hover on top, we want it to be the other way around basically. Okay, so here we have the text color should be green, and then the background color should be white. So let's try this. There you go. That's a lot better, So this way they will see it immediately as they scroll down, like an obvious call to action. Okay, so let's keep scrolling down our page. So now we have our happy client. So these are basically testimonials. Okay, so we might want to change the title here to Happy Patients. There you go, and then you can customize this here. All you have to do is basically click on each one of them, change the content, insert the actual testimonial or review that's been provided to you, and then put the name, the title, and perhaps as well even a link to their website if you have one. So that's basically it. Now if you wanted to have more than 3, you can just right click on the column itself and then duplicate, and then you can change the content. And if you want even more, you can duplicate the whole section. Okay, just like this. So again, this is really up to you how many you want to put here. So I'm just gonna put it back the way it was, and that's basically it. Okay, so last thing left now is our footer section. So let's take care of this. Again, we have Dr. Jane Doe, sorry. So I'm going to replace this again with the name of our clinic. So we said it was LCM Medical Center, and again you can change the style, make it smaller, and this is slightly too big, so maybe like this. So we have family physicians, maybe plural here. Okay, and then we have your social media icon. So if you click on this, as you can see, you have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Maybe you also have a YouTube account. Okay, so you don't need text here. All you have to do is change the icon here. So select among all these different icons here. So I'm just going to type YouTube, insert this, insert. So now we have YouTube, and then instead of the link here, I'm going to put a hashtag, but this will basically link back to your YouTube account. Okay, so this is how you can easily add or remove. If you wanted to click the X sign, you'll delete the LinkedIn or Facebook or whichever account you don't use, obviously. So you have your opening hours here. So this is basically the text, and if you click on this, you can change the content basically by typing the right information in here. And it's the same with the contact us here. You can change your email address here. For instance, instead of hello@example.com, it would be hello@mrweb.tv. Okay, and you can do the same with your phone number here. Just make sure that it reaches you. So +1 555 123 4567. Okay, and that's basically it. That's just done with the home page. So click update to save your work, and let's go back to the front end. So let's refresh our page, have a quick look. So LCM Medical Center, about us, how can we help, all the different area of services, our call to action button, happy patients, and then the main information here at the bottom. So everything is absolutely fine. It looks absolutely perfect. So let's test our button here, book an appointment, and there we are. And this is clearly bringing us to our booking form. So next we have the About Us page. As you can see, this is basically an image about us, and basically it's straight to the footer section. So this shouldn't take too long. So let's go back here again. We go to pages, all pages, and keep the other one open because we're just going to copy and paste some content. Okay, so right here we go to About, and then we have the Again, edit with Elementor. Very good. So here we have our image. So you might want to replace that with an actual picture of your premises, perhaps. So let me do this. So upload file, select file, and let's say the image, we're going to select this one here from banner Goldfield. Insert image. Very good. So the ratio is completely different, as you can see. So you could actually crop this as well, you know. So if you click on this and then click edit image, you can crop the image basically, okay? So maybe you just want to show the entrance here, maybe up to here, okay? Then click crop, there you go, save, and there you go. As you can see now, the image is much bigger. Well, the height basically is taking a bit more space. As you can see, the ratio is more relevant to the content we have here. So now we are going to insert some content from the previous page we had here. So what we do basically is go back here and we're going to select this, you know, so right click on it, copy, and then we go back here and then right click on this section, then paste, and now we can delete this one, okay? So right click on it and then delete, and then instead of education here we can delete that as well and replace it with this one, okay? So right click on it, copy, and then we're going to paste it here in between, paste, and then we can delete the others, okay? So delete and then delete. So that's basically it. That's all we need, you know. And here, instead of about Dr. Joe, again, we're going to put the name of our medical center. So about, and then LMC Medical Center. Okay, so let's click update. And that's basically it. Again, this is page number 2 done. Now, as you can see here in the footer section, this is not the same. So what you can do is basically copy and paste the footer section exactly the way it is from the other page. So once you have one page done and dusted, you can copy some element from one to the other. So if I hover on this one, as you can see, of the YouTube icon, so this is the one that's completed and fully correct. So right click on this, copy, and again we go back here, then right click on the section, then paste, and now we can delete this one all together. And as you can see, now we have the right information in our footer section. So click update. And that's basically it. That's us done for this page. And now let's take care of our contact page. Okay, so let's go back to the main section here. So contact me. So again, edit with Elementor. And again, same principle for the information here. All you have to do basically is just to click on it and change the content. So you can change your opening hours here. Just type in the correct hours. And all of this, you know, put your phone number and so on. So let's say if you wanted to change could replace that for instance by mrweb.tv, okay, and there you go. So this is very self-explanatory. As you can see, you have the social media icon. So if you don't want to recreate everything from scratch, you can again fetch this from another page altogether and then paste it here, okay? So after this, we have the contact form. So this is using WP Form ID 6. So this is an additional plugin that's installed on WordPress, and this is basically how you can send and receive messages, okay? So if you go into our backend here, as you can see by the side, we have WP Forms. So click on this. And right there, as you can see, you have WP Form ID number 6. So this is the right one. So click Contact Us, and now you can edit the content. So again, this is a simple drag and drop form builder. So you can basically grab anything here and drop it here on the side. So as you can see at the moment, you have name, numbers, email, and comment or message. So this is usually a very conventional contact form. You don't need more than that. But as you can see, we have number here. So let me get rid of this. Okay. There you go. And let's say you wanted to add a phone number altogether. Okay. So for this, you can select single line, insert it. As I said, very easy to use. It's a drag and drop feature. Click on it. And here we can change the label. So maybe phone number instead. Okay. And you can make this mandatory as well if you select the toggle switch here on and off. Okay. And then if you go to advanced, you can select the size as well. As you can see at the moment, it's not taking the full width. But if you wanted to have it large, it would take the full width then, okay? And small is 1/3 of the width. That's basically it. So 33%, 66%, and 100%. That's basically it, okay? So let's keep it medium. That's fine like this. And obviously you want to make sure that once someone filled out the form, it reaches you. So then we go to settings, notifications, and by default it will assign admin email. So this is basically the email address that you use when you registered and when you actually installed WordPress In my case, it's at gmail.com. And obviously we get a message here that says that normally it should be at yourdomainname.com. Okay, so you can replace this with whatever you want. Okay, so perhaps you want to send this to info at, and then from here could be info at as well. So feel free to replace that with any email address you want. So you have the subject line, so new entry, contact us. So this is whatever you want to add here. And as you can see, we'll fetch all the fields that we added. After this, click save. Now you can close this. And if you go back to our page, let me update very quickly. So as you can see, it was name, number, email, comment, or message. If we refresh, now it should normally show phone number instead. As you can see, there it is. Very good. And this is not mandatory. So that's basically it. Now we have all the pages created. So let's go back to our front end. So let's refresh. So as you can see, we have LMC Medical Center. So that's fine. About us, as you can see, with the additional information and the picture of our premises. And we have contact me. And as you can see, this is our contact form. So let's put this to the test. So John Doe, and then 555 123 4567. His email address is john.doe@gmail.com. And this is a test message, okay? Oops. There you go. So submit. And there you go. As you can see, thank you for contacting us. We will be in touch very shortly. So this is working as well. Now let's take care of our menu section here. Let me show you how you can tweak this around. You can easily add pages, remove pages, and so on. So we go back to our WordPress dashboard. This time we go to appearance, menus. And there's only one menu here basically, but sometimes you might find different menus. There's sometimes one for the footer, one for the header. Make sure you select the right one. So right here, as you can see, you have home, about, blog, and contact me. So let's say you don't use the blog feature. Now, again, this is available if you want to maybe increase traffic and increase SEO ranking. Using and adding blogs to your website is a nice way to do so. But let's say you wanted to get rid of it. Now what you can do is basically click on this, okay, remove, and that's it basically, okay, and then click save. And now you can add as many pages as you want. As you can see, you have all your pages here. So booking form, contact me, about us, view all. So you could add your blog page, for instance, and maybe your booking form. So add to menu. There you go. So this is the blog. So we can put it back here maybe. And then with contact me, perhaps you want to rename this as well. So just contact us perhaps, okay. And we have the booking form. Maybe you want to add this on top, and instead of booking form, you could have maybe book now, okay. So let's click save menu. There you go. Let's go to the front end. And now as you can see, we have home, about, blog, contact us, and book now as well. So this is an additional call to action basically, okay. So that's basically it. And the only thing left is to change our logo here. So we go to our backend again. This time we go to appearance, customize. And as you can see here on top, you have a small pencil next to your logo. Click on this. There you go. And now we can replace this with our own. So basically I went to the Banner Goldfield Medical Center. I grabbed their logo here. So we're going to use that one as an example. Okay. So upload file, upload the logo, and then select. Now you can crop the image here if you wanted to. I'm just going to skip this all together. So there you go. This is our logo. Now clearly this is too big, you know, so we have to resize that. So we have to click on it again. Click on that, edit image, and we're going to basically resize this. Okay, as you can see, 2145 by 276. The height, the maximum height of a logo normally on most websites should be 85 pixels. So now you can scale this down. Okay, and click update. Very good. And now if we go back to our page here, if you click on it, as you can see, the size has changed. We're now 661 by 85. Select. So skip cropping again. And this time this should be just about perfect. So now we can click publish. And that's basically it, guys. So let's go back to the front end, to our website. So let's go back to the top. Let's click on our logo. And there you go. As you can see, now we have our own medical center logo, the home page with all the call to actions and all our internal pages.